This is Mission Control at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. This has been another highly productive week for the Expedition 35 crew. One of the major activities for the on-orbit crew and the ground team has been the upgrades to the high-rate communications systems KU system. That activity continued this week, highlighted by Commander Chris Cassidy and Tom Marshburn's installation of the redundant KU Communications 1 unit to complete the refurbishment of the station's KU system. KU Unit 2 was installed and checked out last week, and it will continue to be the prime unit for that new system. Some remaining checkout tasks remain for next week. Tom Marshburn also spent a lot of time on Monday and Tuesday working with Robonaut, the first humanoid robot in space. Monday, Tom donned a special headgear and gloves to test some of the teleoperations of the Robonaut. Throughout the activity, he was able to control Robonaut's head and hand movements using the telerobotics gear. Other smaller scale station maintenance tasks and activities included a replacement of the 25 radiation monitors located throughout the living quarters of the space station. They also performed software updates on various laptops in the water processing facility and work on the advanced resistive exercise device and cleaning of the crew quarters, as well as vents and air filters in the Russian segment. Experiments in science were also significant parts of the week's activity, including the European Space Agency's energy experiment, which Chris Hadfield participated in this week. He's about midway through the 10-day run, which has the crew member following a defined meal plan, detailed logging of the food and liquid intake, and multiple sessions measuring their oxygen uptake. That experiment is aimed at studying the crew member's metabolic rate and measuring precisely how much food is needed for astronauts during long-duration missions. Other experiments included chromatomass, Constanta, which studies the effect of microgravity on a model enzyme, and also the BASS experiment, which is ongoing this afternoon. The crew members also participated in interactive events with the public and school children in various locations. Monday, Chris Cassidy and Tom Marshburn gathered to take questions from students at the Mary Merrick Elementary School in Pearland, Texas, answering a wide range of questions about living and working in space. The next day, Commander Chris Hadfield spoke with students and other participants in an educational event with more than 300 students as part of a joint event with Yuri's Night and TELUS World of Science in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The newest crew members, Chris Cassidy, Alexander Mazurkin, and Pavel Vinogradov, also had some time set aside for crew orientation to become accustomed to living and working aboard the orbiting complex. The trio had docked to the space station aboard their Soyuz spacecraft on March 28th to begin their 5-month stay aboard the complex. The crew will wrap up their activities around 2 p.m. Central Time today and have personal time before crew sleep scheduled for 4 p.m. They have a routine off-duty weekend with only housekeeping and family conferences scheduled.